Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 4 of the NCERT exemplar problems, which is unit number 3 on the chapters squares and square roots, cubes and cube roots. Students, we will be discussing NCERT exemplar problems, continuing our discussion from the question number 87 onwards. As I mentioned to you, in our previous sessions, we have completed MCQ type questions 1 to 24, fill in the blank type questions 25 to 48, true or false type questions from 49 to 86. So from today's session onwards, that is from the session number 4 onwards, we will be solving questions of the type short answer and long answer. So starting from the question number 87. Question number 87 is, write the first 5 square numbers. You know, first 5 perfect squares. He means here perfect squares. So what are the first 5 perfect squares? 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 and 5 square is 25. These are the first 5 perfect squares. Next, coming to the question number 88. Write cubes of first 3 multiples of 3. Children, first 3 multiples. 3 itself is the first multiple of 3. Second multiple is 6 and third multiple is 9. So multiples of 3 we have got, and now we are asked to find the cubes of them. That means 3 cube, 6 cube and 9 cube, which means 27 is 3 cube. Next we have got 216 is 6 cube and 729 is 9 cube. So these are the cubes of first 3 multiples of 3. So coming to the question number 89. Show that 500 is not a perfect square. So when you are showing it, you need prime factorization. So go for the first prime factorization of 500, which is 2 into 2, 5 into 5 into 5. So in this prime factorization of 500, if I want to call this number as a perfect square, then each multiple must be in pairs. So in the prime factorization of 500, prime factor 5 is not in the pairs. So it is having 3 times means there is one pair and there is one 5 without pair. So what do we say? Therefore 500 is not a perfect square. So this is how we prove or show. Next, coming to the question number 90. Express 81 as the sum of first 9 consecutive odd numbers. Children, first 9 consecutive odd numbers. You know, in the case of odd numbers, will start from the 1 and consecutive are continuous. So 1 onwards, first 9 odd numbers will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15 and 17. So these are the first 9 odd consecutive numbers, and their sum, if you sum it, you will get certainly equal to 9 square, which is 81. So we learnt this one of the important property. So this is how we are asked to write. So coming to the next question number 91. Now in the question number 91, using prime factorization, find which of the following are perfect squares or not. Just now we did for the 500 whether it is a perfect square or not. For that we used prime factorization. Here also we can use the same procedure. You need to prime factorize these numbers. So out of this A, B, C, D, let me do any one question, rest 3 I expect you doing it. So let me choose the tough one, 11,250 bigger. Out of them I have chosen, so I am prime factorizing it. 2 5s are, 2 6s are, 2 2s are and 2 5s are. Here prime factorize them first. 5 1s are, 5 1s are, 5 2s are, 5 5s are, 5 2s are 10, 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are, 5 4s are, 5 5s are, 5 9s are, 3 3s are and further 3 1s are. See students, here in the prime factorization of 11,250, we have 5 being in pairs. This prime factor 5 is in pairs. Prime factor 3 is in pairs, but only the prime factor 2 is for ones. That means it is not in pairs. So we could say now 11,250 not a perfect square. So this is how we do prime factorization and identify. Therefore here 11,250 is not a perfect square. Then, so students, similarly we can go for solving question number 92 also. Here in question number 92, using prime factorization, find which of the following are perfect cubes. They are asking us to check whether they are perfect cubes or not. So similarly, what we have to do, we have to go for doing prime factorization of each number. For example, here if I consider 128 and prime factorization of 8, you know how to do it. It will have 2 multiplied by itself for totally 7 times. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s 8, 8 to 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64, 64 2s are 128. Now if you observe, in the prime factorization of this 128, each prime factor is supposed to be in the group of 3s. That is what we were calling it as triplet. So we need to have each prime factor being in triplet, whereas the prime factor 2 is again not in triplets. So based on that, we say 128 is not a perfect cube. Reason is, as 2 is not in the group of 3s. That's it. So this is how we give reason and use the prime factorization. I hope rest of the questions you will do it as a part of your homework. Next, coming to the question number 93. Students, in question number 93, using distributive law, find the square of these 101 and 72. Students, first of all, what is distributive law? Distributive law, multiplication over addition, says that A into B plus C is A into B plus A into C. And distributive law, multiplication over subtraction, says that A multiplied over the difference of B and C is the difference between the product of AB and AC. So this is totally the distributive law. Now how can we use it in finding the square of 101? So for example, if I wanted to find 101 square, now I must use 101, writing it as 100 plus 1 whole the square, which means further 101 into 101, either I can say, or 101 into 100 plus 1, correct? 101 is written as 101 into 100 plus 1. Now this 101 multiplied over 100 plus this 101 multiplied over 1. So which means this is easy to multiply because just putting a 2 zeros, it is 10,100 plus 101, because 101 into 1 is as easy as just writing the same number. Now it is 10,201. Okay, so that's how we used distributive property, multiplication over addition. We have another way of using a plus b whole square formula also, which we talk about column method. Okay, so that way also we can do it. Now in the case of second one, when I wanted to find 72 square, which is nothing but 72 into 72, so what I can do, I can write 72 into 70 plus 2, which means 72 into 70 plus 72 into 2. Now multiplying 72 into 70 is to be done now. 0 comes as it is, 7 2 is 14, 1 carry, 7 7 is 49 plus 1 is 50, which means 5040 plus 72 2 is 144. Now adding them is 5184. Using distributive property we found. Next, let us solve question number 94. Can a right triangle with the sides 6 cm, 10 cm and 8 cm be formed? Yes, first of all I say yes. Why? Because you watch the ratio. The ratio gives you 3:4:5, which is a Pythagorean triplet. It is because of that reason I say, as the sides of this right angle triangle form a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, that is the reason. As the sides of this triangle form Pythagorean triplets. Okay, Pythagorean triplets. I say that they form a right angle triangle. Next, question number 95. Write the Pythagorean triplets whose one of the numbers is 4. So, see, to this question number 95, already almost 90% answer is there in 94th question only. See, one of the numbers being 4, I want Pythagorean triplets whose one of the numbers is 4. You could see here what it is, 3:4:5. Okay, so 95 question answer is 3:4:5. Now let us take further question number 96. Students, using prime factorization, find the square roots of these following numbers. See, again the same thing, we need to compulsory find the prime factorization of these numbers. Now let me do out of A and B any one question, the other you will be doing it. So I am taking first one, 11,025, and I will go for prime factorization. 5 2s are 10, 1 carry forward, again 5 2s are 10, 0 because 2 is not divisible by 5. Now it becomes 25. So 5 5s are 25. Next, 5 4s are 20, 2 carried forward, 5 4s are 20, 5 1s are. Now this is not divisible by 5, it is divisible by 3. 3 1s are 3, 1 carried forward 14, 3 4s are 12, 2 carried forward 21, 3 7s are 21. Now here further, this is again divisible by 3. 3 4s are 12 and 2 carry forward, 9s are. Next 7 7s are and 7 1s are. Therefore, we have 11,025 written as, prime factorization of 11,025 written as 3 multiplied by itself for twice, 5 multiplied by itself for twice, and 7 multiplied by itself for twice. That means we have got each prime factor being in pairs. Therefore, this is a perfect cube. 11,025 is a perfect cube, and its square root is, from each prime factor we get one fellow, that is square root of 3 square, 5 square and 7 square gives us 1 3, 1 5 and 1 7, and their product is 105. So that is the square root of 11,025. So students, this is how you can do question number 96, and other question you can do based on the same knowledge. Now coming to the question number 97, using prime factorization, find the cube roots of the following. So go for cube roots by first finding prime factorization. Now I'll take here in this case 2197. Okay, now let me go for first prime factorization of 2197. Students, very important, you need to know whether it is divisible by each prime number or not. Very essential. Here, is this is divisible by 2? No. Is this is divisible by 3? No. Why? Because sum of digits is not a multiple of 3. Is this is divisible by 5? No, because it is neither ending with 0 or 5. Is this is divisible by 7? Again, you have to cross check. It is not divisible by 7. Is this is divisible by 11? No. You learned the principle of checking. Sum of 2 and 9 is 11. Sum of 1 and 7 is 8. 11 minus 8 is, it is 3. Not a multiple of 11. So it is not divisible by 11. Now is it divisible by next prime number 13? Yes. 13 ones are 13. 8 carried forward. When 8 carried forward, here 89, 13, here 13 6 are 78, 89 minus 78 is 11, 11 carried forward, so 117, so 13 9s are is 117. Here doing division is very important, as well as identifying by which prime factor it is divisible is also very important. Now further, this 169 is divisible by 13, 13 ones are 13, 13 threes are 39 and 13 ones are 13. Therefore we have 2197 written as the product of 13 when it is multiplied by itself 3 times. So therefore cube root of this 2197 is cube root of 13 cube, which gives us 1's 13, and the answer is 13. So students, be careful about solving such questions when you do not know how to do prime factorization. So 90% of these two chapters you will find difficult. So learn very well the divisions, learn very well how to find prime factorization. You will feel lot of comfort in these both the chapters, squares and square roots, as well as cubes and cube roots. So from our next session onwards, we will continue from the question number 98. Till then, I say take care of you, be safe, and thank you. Jai Hind.